few minutes late. We just had some business to wrap up. I'm going to read our statement of compliance. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Publics Meeting Act. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and Star Ledger on January 3rd, 2025, and the 48-hour notice was emailed to the same publications on June 26, 2025. The agenda and resolutions for the meetings are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters, as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed sessions will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to the members of the governing body and township staff: any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purpose of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Publics Record Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments will be accepted by emailing livecomments@livingstonnj.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting and shared with the Township Council before the meeting. Each speaker should follow the rules of order in Livingston Code 2-15.3. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Anthony.
Here.
Baptani.
Here.
Vieira.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Klein.
Here.
Mayor Meinhardt.
I am here. We're going to rise for a minute of silence and also our Pledge of Allegiance. All right, we have a few proclamations and presentations, so if everybody will just be mindful of the time this evening of each of yours, we certainly would appreciate it. The first one up is India Story, Contributions of the Indian Americans to the World. Fal, where's this Fal here? There she is, right there, walking right on cue. So Fal, I think this was your group, so the floor is all yours.
Good evening, Mayor Meinhardt, Deputy Mayor Klein, the Town Council, and all the esteemed township leaders sitting on the dais. Good evening to you all and people who are watching at home. On behalf of Namaste Global Foundation, many thanks to you all for inviting us tonight and giving our youth this platform to share their research. It truly means a lot for them to stand here in their own town hall and know their voices matter. Our Namaste youth have gone above and beyond the classroom, diving into deep research, thinking critically, and connecting with their heritage in meaningful ways. At Namaste Global, we believe in equipping youth with skills, confidence, and unity, all rooted in the wisdom of their lineage. I'd like to introduce our leader, Jyoti Bhatia, who has consistently led this project year after year, guiding our kids to be inspired by their heritage. I also want to give a huge shout out to our parent leader, Amrita Chima, who has worked with kids in designing the flow, the slides, the speeches, and the whole 9 yards. This is truly a teamwork.
Thank you, Fal. Thank you, everyone, for coming here. Today, the topic you can see on the slide, it's Indian origin leaders contributing to global business. These young kids who are standing in front of you today, I'm very proud of each and every one of them who has done a lot of research, has gone ahead and tried to understand what is it about these business leaders that makes them successful. What are the role models for them typically when they are growing up? When each one of us grew up, we had some factors to look up to, either our parents or leaders, wherever we grew up in the globe. And today, these kids, very proudly, they are here and they are very excited to share with you the research that they've done for these leaders. So we welcome Shania Variku, Yana Bhavnani, Nikita Chima, Krish Chima, Shain Pradhan, Sonia Bhavnani, Richa Kadam, and Vidhi Raut. They are looking forward to sharing with you their research.
Good evening and namaste. We are excited to share our research and analysis with you. Our parents and grandparents have come from India to the United States with just a few dollars in their pockets and a suitcase. Early immigrants have made an exemplary life for themselves and have contributed immensely to our country, United States of America. Did you know Indian Americans make up less than 2% of the U.S. population? Yet they pay 6% of the tax. 1 out of every 5 doctors is Indian American.
Today, we are excited to celebrate top Indian American business leaders who are helping shape the future of the U.S. economy. They're creating new opportunities, driving progress, and making an impact far beyond our borders. Some names are very famous, as you can see on the screen. They lead some of the largest companies in the world. These leaders have climbed to the highest levels through talent, determination, and steady effort. What sets them apart is not just their success, but how they lead. They're not seeking attention. They lead with purpose, honesty, and a clear sense of responsibility. They build strong teams, make smart decisions, and stay true to their values. Their success isn't an accident. It comes from years of learning, preparation, and staying grounded. And that's what truly makes their leadership inspiring.
Indian Americans have made waves in many sectors, including media, science, arts, healthcare, politics, etc. Beyond CEOs, Indian Americans are creating wealth and influence across tech, science, and venture capital. Names like Jay Chaudhary, Jayashree Ulal, Vinod Khoshlad, and Ram Shri Ram show the breadth of success. They've invested in transformative technologies and built enduring institutions. Their leadership style, thoughtful, consistent, and impact-focused, is increasingly being recognized as a strength in complex global environments. A recent study by Newsweek in collaboration with GH Smart investigated 30,000 CEOs and C-suite executives across industries and geographies as part of its proprietary CEO genome research, which is used by Fortune 500 companies and private equity firms to select and develop their senior leaders. They found that executives of Indian descent are over 5 times more likely to take calculated risks, nearly 6 times more likely to embrace challenges, and 3 times more likely to demonstrate resilience and process orientation, competencies essential for leading through complexity and change. Their scores also disproportionately spike in adapting proactively, one of their core predictors of CEO success.
Isn't that really inspiring? These leaders might be highly educated and they may work incredibly hard, but education and effort exist across all communities. The question is, why this level of consistent leadership from one group? What patterns, habits, or frameworks set them apart? The answer isn't in degrees or credentials alone. It's in how they think, how they respond to pressure, and how they lead people, often shaped well even before they entered the workforce. Let's dive deeper into the Indian X Factor. What makes Indian cultural values so unique? The Dharma compass, or performing one's duty without attachment to the results, paves the way towards making a larger impact, while service-oriented leadership values prioritizes others' needs before their own. Then there is the simple living, high-thinking philosophy that reveals the quality of forbearance and an adaptability growth mindset. They know when to step forward, when to support, and how to align people around a mission. That perspective shows up again and again in executives of Indian origin.
Many of these leaders grew up in high-pressure academic environments, surrounded by expectations to achieve and serve. From a young age, they were trained to take responsibility, not just for themselves, but for their families and communities. That creates maturity, mental toughness, and a bias toward persistence. These aren't soft traits, they're survival traits that translate directly into long-term leadership strength. The most successful Indian origin CEOs often credit their upbringing more than their education. Sundar Pichai talks about carrying India with him wherever he goes. Satya Nadella emphasizes empathy and continuous learning. Inder Nui describes how her mother challenged her to imagine global leadership as a child. These reflections are subtle, but they speak volumes about what shaped them: stability, structure, and purpose from an early age.
Indian leadership often plays the long game, prioritizing sustainable growth over quick wins. Leaders focus on empowering people rather than controlling them. They execute with quiet humility, letting results speak louder than ego. And most importantly, decisions are rooted in values, not just efficiency metrics. This steady, mission-driven approach is why so many Indian CEOs succeed on the world stage. Let's connect the dots. Strategic patience, focus on education, comfort with complexity, and a responsibility mindset. These traits are shaped early, often quietly. Leaders from Indian backgrounds often come with a deep internal framework that helps them stay grounded while leading large systems. That grounding, subtle but powerful, becomes a competitive advantage. Many strong leaders share quiet but powerful traits. They practice patience, value learning, handle complex problems with calm, and take responsibility seriously.
We wanted to understand the impact of Indian X Factors at local levels as well. We surveyed 10 professionals from our own town, Livingston, New Jersey, leaders in technology, medicine, finance, real estate, and public service. Across the responses, we heard common themes: work ethic, persistence, mentorship, and the importance of staying grounded while striving forward. Their actions show leadership isn't about position, it's about staying true to what your values are and how they shape our environment and upbringing. Not surprisingly, the spiritual values that elevated global Indian leaders are the same values celebrated by local Indian leaders. The values that came through in our local survey: service, humility, and the drive to give back. These values directly reflect what we see in global Indian origin CEOs. This game may differ, but the mindset is remarkably aligned. What this tells us is that the characteristics that build exceptional leadership are practiced and nurtured right here by people who lead quietly, effectively, and with lasting impact.
Most Indian immigrants came to the USA to study and to progress their careers. Our parents and grandparents believed in using the power of knowledge in building the society they lived in. They assimilated and adopted their country, contributing to the well-being of the world and becoming good citizens. We, as second and third generation descendants, cherish their legacy of hard work, pursuit of high education, and maintaining values and ethics that reflect Indian X Factor. India's large democracy and diverse culture teaches us to celebrate unity of human spirit in diversity. One of the most defining factors is ingrained inclusive culture that shapes our belief system. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, it is a Sanskrit quote found in Hindu texts such as Maha Upanishad, which means the world is one family. Thank you. Namaste.
I'd like to thank Fal. Oh, I'm sorry. First of all, I'd like to thank Fal and everybody for coming today, because it's great to hear what you had to present and to hear what you had to present. Also, I think it's very timely, as tomorrow we will be celebrating India Independence Day as well, where we invite everybody to come at 6:30 to hoist the flag here at Town Hall as well, to celebrate the independence that took place from British rule. And so, I think the timing was wonderful. We had a lovely India Fest as well last week, last Sunday. So, we are always appreciative of everything that the Indian community does, what you teach us, the culture that you have taught us over all these years, and for the diversity that you have brought to this community as well. So we'd like to thank everybody involved with tonight's presentations.
Close, quick picture.
Fal, thank you very much for, oh. So Fal, just a real quick, Fal, thank you very much for everything that you do for this entire community. You do so much for all of us, and so we just want to let you know how much we appreciate everything that you do. So, thank you. All right, so the next presentation that we have is a group called the CASA celebrating their 40th anniversary. It was a great story. Thank you, first of all, for reaching out to me. I know some board members are here, Michael and some others, so why don't you come up, please? Michael, please don't break anything. Yeah, Michael, yeah, Michael, please don't, yeah.
We don't have insurance, so be careful of it.
So we have a plaque as well, which I think we are going to read, but do you also wanted to say a few words as well on your graph? So there's a microphone right in front. Why don't you do that, and then we'll read the plaque, and we'll come down and we'll take a picture, if that's okay.
Perfect. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us tonight. My name is Marla Higginbotham. I am the Executive Director of Court-Appointed Special Advocates of Essex County, better known as CASA Essex. We are celebrating our year-long milestone 40th anniversary. We advocate for children who have been removed from their homes because of abuse or neglect. And our volunteers, some who I have with me tonight and board member, are residents right here in Livingston. And so right now in Essex County, there's about 600 kids who have been removed from their homes because of abuse or neglect. And we have these community volunteers who step up to make sure that these kids don't slip through the cracks. And while they're in care, their needs are met and addressed. And they report back to a judge every 3 months to let them know what's going on so those kids can have the opportunity to thrive. Because when I see the young people that were in here before us making their presentation, it makes me think about the kids we serve. And with a little bit of support and love and understanding, it's amazing what kids have the opportunity to do and how they can thrive. So here in Essex County with those 600 kids, we're only serving about 70%. And so when I'm out and speak in the community, I always like to tell everybody, we need more volunteers. We need community members, just like these right here from Livingston, to step up and help us, because every child deserves the opportunity to have some safety and security so that they can go to school and learn and become, citizens in the community. So thank you for having us here, for having a moment to highlight what we do in our 40 years of celebrating and serving the community. So thank you very much.
So thank you. So I will say thank you very much for reaching out to us and making us aware of this wonderful group that you lead, and some of the board members I recognize from being here in town as well. It's wonderful for having advocation for these kids who need it, and you do a lot of great work for so many. So we just wanted to say thank you on everyone's behalf as well for doing that. Yes, so the deputy mayor is asking if they want to reach out, if they want to volunteer, how would they reach out to you? Just into the mic, please. Thanks.
Easy. It's casaessex.org. Everything is on our website. It walks you through the entire process, the application, everything. And that young lady sitting there taking pictures, she's actually our outreach and recruitment person. So she's the first person you actually talk to. But it's very easy if you just go to our website. Again, it's www.casaessex.org. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I think we're all going to come down and read this. It's a little different. We have something different than we have in our packet. So why don't we we'll go down and we'll read all of this together, okay?
Doesn't that one pick up on, right? Isn't that why we have that one? You're asking, right? I don't know. Andy, does the white mic pick everything up? Do we need to hold the hand mic? It'll work no matter what?
All right. Okay. Well, I'll hold it and you guys go. So Michael, why don't you, I think you were going to go first? Or whatever. Michael, you read the first. Oh, yeah, just go down the, just two, just go two, and two. It's a little different. It's a different order.
Whereas 2026 marks 40 years since the establishment of the Court-Appointed Special Advocates, CASA, for Children of Essex County, a nonprofit organization whose purpose continues to provide a safety and net of support, advocacy, and membership of children who have been removed from their homes due to abuse, neglect, or abandonment. And whereas CASA is comprised of dedicated volunteers and board members, ordinary people doing extraordinary things who make certain that children's voices are heard in court and in their best interest are placed in the center of every decisions. And
whereas CASA for Children of Essex County has recruited, trained, supported, and supervised over 1,600 community volunteers as advocates for foster children throughout its 40-year history. And whereas CASA for Children of Essex County volunteer advocates serve as the court's eyes and ears into a child's life, advocating for 332 foster children in Essex County as of July 2025, thus helping to improve the quality of information presented to the court and child welfare systems. And
just will say one quick thing, Marla, it was great meeting you at the Rotary Club, and thank you, great to see you again here as well, and thank you for all the volunteers locally. I'm gonna read one paragraph and leave one because Mayor counted incorrectly, I'm so sorry. So I'm gonna continue. Whereas the first CASA program established in New Jersey, CASA Essex has helped lead the way in community-based child advocacy through dedicated service, community partnership, and meaningful impact. And this one, last one.
Read this one. Okay. Yep. Whereas CASA for Children of Essex County wishes to mark 40 years of service with a renewed commitment to the welfare of children in foster care in the years to come. And
Where am I? The last one?
Want me to do this one too?
Now therefore be it resolved that the Township of Livingston affirms its commitment to CASA and to all the dedicated volunteers and board members and that not just reside in Livingston, but throughout the Essex County community who contribute their time, energy, and expertise to support the vulnerable children in foster care. And now it be further resolved that I, Mayor Ed Meinhardt, on behalf of the Township Council and the citizens of the Township of Livingston, do hereby congratulate the CASA, the Children of Essex County, for their 40 years of service and commend their continual dedication to serving the most vulnerable children of Essex County. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. It's really great work that you do. So thank you. Sorry. So we have a presentation by Shona. Shona, you want to come up here, please? Right?
So
Nice to see you again. Yes.
Mayor, while she makes her way, can I say a couple of words for her?
Please.
So I think Shauna, let me just introduce her. She's a Livingston High School student, a founder of nonprofit Young Hearts for Change. And she has organized and led numerous community activities and projects, very much making a difference. And along with her contributions the key part is supporting the veterans, and therefore she was a Miss Buddy Poppy. And I don't want to break any more, celebrations for you, but because I'm sure you're going to talk about it. But you do have some great contributions as well, so welcome. And I just want to mention a couple of words for you before you start.
All right. Thank you so much. So, hello everyone. My name is Shona Kamar, and I'm a junior at Livingston High School. First, I would like to thank the entire town council and our mayor today for giving me this opportunity to speak. And a special thank you to, of course, Councilman Buptani for inviting me to share my story. Over the past few years, I've been fortunate to lead and participate in many projects that have touched many hearts and have helped drive positive change across our communities. I'm the founder of Young Hearts for Change, a nonprofit where we are committed to providing youth with the tools, resources, and opportunities that they need to provide a lasting impact. Today, I would like to talk about 3 projects that I have led. The first initiative resides in something very close to my heart, my deep respect and appreciation for our veterans. In middle school, my social studies teacher encouraged me to participate in a veteran essay contest. Winning at the town level and then advancing to the state level gave me the chance to sit with veterans, hear their stories, and then translate their experiences into my own writing. In high school, I was fortunate to become a 2-time champion to the veteran essay contest, and I was invited to a state dinner honoring all the district winners that were invited. These experiences deepened my respect for the courage, sacrifice, and pride that all of the veterans hold, not only all over America, but in our very own town of Livingston. Over the years, I've attended many of their events, learning about their journeys, moments of hardship, and moments of joy. One of these events was the 4th of July Independence Parade that I was honored to be recognized as Miss Buddy Poppy 2025. Standing there, seeing the entire community come together to honor our veterans who had worked so hard to help us earn our country back was one of the most meaningful moments of my life. Our veterans are the living embodiment of service and resilience, and they remind us daily of the costs of freedom. Honoring them is a duty of not only our nation, but our town of Livingston. Inspired by these connections, I learned about Livingston's Hometown Hero Initiative, which is a program by our town that provides banners to commemorate veterans who have served in war. As part of this initiative, commemorative banners will be displayed across town, each one honoring a veteran by name, service photo, era of service, and branch. These banners serve as daily reminders of people in our community who served with honor. To help make sure that every hero is recognized as part of this program, I started a GoFundMe campaign to ensure that there would be enough money to go to the cause. The donations that you would make to the GoFundMe would serve to install and create these banners to ensure that no veteran is left unacknowledged. I am proud to share that we earned $2,000 with the support of the incredible Livingston community. We are truly blessed to be home to such wonderful and compassionate people. I would specifically like to thank veterans Mr. John Power, Mr. Charlie Quinn, Mr. Brian Boyle, and from our township office, Mr. Adam Lerner, and others who have guided and supported me during this process. The next project I did was inspired by my personal love for books. Young Hearts for Change launched a community book drive last summer, going house to house collecting donations of books and school supplies. We received incredible support from our Livingston community and schools such as Burnett Hill, Harrison, and Mount Pleasant, and organizations such as the Friends of the Livingston Public Library. Together, we collected over 10,000 books and thousands more of school supplies for 6 underprivileged schools in Newark. One of my favorite memories was seeing the smiles of all the children at one of the Newark back-to-school events that I attended at one of the schools, which showed me truly that every child deserves access to education and the ability to succeed as best as they can. Thus, this summer we are continuing the school supply drives, which we have already raised thousands more for and are continuing to collect donations. At Young Hearts for Change, we believe that books and supplies are the gateways to learning and opportunity. By providing them, we give children the chance to dream bigger and build brighter futures. Finally, the last thing I'd like to talk about are the summer classes that I've run. I've spent the last 2 summers teaching over 100 Livingston students debate, presentation, and public speaking skills, covering persuasive and informative writing, public forum debate, prepared speeches, extemporaneous speeches, and impromptu speeches. I worked with these students for hours of classes, and each session ended with a competition or a conference so parents could attend and understand their students' progress and see how well the class was faring. Watching these students grow in confidence, sharpen their voices, and learn effectively was the most rewarding part of the experience. The money that we raised from these classes, we're able to generate funds to give tents to the Livingston Police Department and the Parsippany Police Department. Since moving to Livingston, I've attended so many town events at the Oval, and I've always seen the Livingston Police Department out there, working tirelessly to support our community and be involved. I knew I wanted to give back to them. Additionally, we also partnered with Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors, helping to raise $500 in worth of school supplies that we donated to families in need. None of this would have been possible without the kindness and the generosity of all the people of Livingston. Every single time we asked for help, the community responded wholeheartedly. I want to close today by again thanking the town council, our mayor, Councilman Buptani, and all of you here today for giving me the opportunity to speak, for supporting me in my work, for uplifting our veterans, and for making Livingston a place where gratitude is a way of life. And I'm so proud to call it home.
That's a wonderful presentation, and I'm glad that you don't lack any self-confidence when you get up here and speak as well, because you were wonderful. I love how poised you were and how well presented you were and how well you said your great story. I think all of us were very impressed with that as well, so congratulations. Was there a yeah, want to take a picture? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
We're good? Get everybody here? Great. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, the check, yes.
Thank you.
It's for the VFW.
Okay,
but I guess
so we
there's no
will
representation.
we'll make sure that they get it. Yoink. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The CFO always gets the money. All right. All right. I think now we have a few eighth graders who have a newspaper that they want to talk to us about. So you guys are up, please. I apologize for not having you on the agenda. That was my fault. I had a lot going on personally the last month in my house, so I apologize.
Hi, everyone. I'm beyond grateful to have an opportunity to speak about our newspaper. You would think that kids like us would just start a newspaper to make a quick buck, but we started our newspaper hoping to build a sense of community in our town, also hoping to start a small business. Our goal is to build a stronger sense of community in our town and to give kids a voice. We want to connect, inform, and inspire the people around us.
Before we start our speech and show you samples of our newspaper, my siblings and I would like to show you, to know a little bit about ourselves.
Hi, I am Ajay Nanaminti. I am 13 years old and I love playing basketball. Basketball teaches me about leadership and commitment, which are key skills I contribute to the newspaper.
Hi, I am Priyanana Minty. I am 12 years old and I love gymnastics and volleyball. Both sports teach me about discipline, which helps contribute to the newspaper.
Hi, I'm Anya Nanaminti, 11 years old, and I love music and cheerleading. I have lots of creativity and ingenuity, and I love creating the games and puzzles section of our newspaper.
These were our goals when we started our newspaper. Number 1, fostering community awareness. Let kids know what's going on in their town by sharing stories about local events, people, and places in a way they can understand and care about. Number 2, encouraging creativity. We would like for kids to expand their thinking and learn about our town in a fun, creative way through puzzles, games, and pictures. Number 3, celebrating kids' achievements. A couple weeks ago, we celebrated the Livingston Kids Art Show. It displayed incredible talent. It also featured in our newspaper.
Thank you so much for listening to our speech. After the town council meeting, feel free to take a copy of our newspaper as we are distributing all of our newspapers created so far. Thank you.
So thank you guys very much. I had the honor of being interviewed as well by you, and it's up here. We're all going through the newspapers that you gave us. It just goes to prove that of all the presentations that we've heard this evening, that we here in Livingston, the rest of New Jersey, and the rest of the world are in very good shape with all the different youth that we have here and all the different activities and what you're all doing for all of us. So I just want to commend everybody who spoke, and thank you all very much for coming as well. I think Councilman Anthony has a question.
You have a lot of polls in there. What one, roller coasters or water parks? Which one? But was it a vote? Which one? Water parks won. Okay, good. Very important. I needed to know the answer.
I will tell you one of the best questions I've ever been asked came from what you sent me was, what is my favorite quote? No one ever has said that before, so I just wanted to thank you. I thought that was great, so thank you very much. No.
Mayor, what was your quote?
That was the easiest question.
Mayor, what was your quote?
My favorite quote is very simple: to treat others the same way you would like to be treated yourself. So it's a very simple way, and hopefully the whole world will understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Where's the book? Oh, okay, here. I think that here. All right, come on, you guys, sit in the middle. There you go. We're going to hold the book up so. Oh, yeah, no, we'll hold the book up so everybody can see for the pictures.
Picture's always good.
Yes. All right, you ready? Yeah. All right, hold on, one more. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, real quick, it's also National Preparedness Month. There is a proclamation that talks about the responsibility of the entire nation and every community to prepare against emergencies. And we've certainly had some floods and everything recently. So I'm just going to read the last paragraph. It says, now therefore I, Edward Meinhardt, Mayor of the Township of Livingston, hereby proclaim September 25 to be National Preparedness Month in the Township of Livingston. I call upon the people of Livingston to recognize the importance of preparing for potential emergencies and to observe this month with appropriate events, activities, and preparedness programs. Information on emergency preparedness is available on the Township website, www.livingstonNJ.org. So Carolyn, thank you very much for preparing that for us. Moving on to the business part, do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the July 29, 2025 regular and conference meetings, and as well the same night's closed session meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, can I have a motion to open up the public comments on agenda items only?
I'll make a motion, Mayor.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the meeting is now open for public comments on agenda items only.
Seeing none, I'll make a motion to close.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We don't have any final hearings. We have a few introductions. Ordinance 30-2025 is being pulled this evening. So will you please read, Carolyn, Ordinance 31-2025?
Ordinance 31-2025, 2 Peachtree Hill redevelopment plan.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance for introduction.
To move it on first reading. Yep. Is there a second?
Move it on front. Second.
Okay, was there discussion? Did you want to, Barry, did you want to explain a minute or two about this one?
Yeah, just briefly for the public, this is a property that is located on the corner of Peachtree Hill Road and South Orange Avenue, which is directly across from Kushner Academy on Peachtree Hill and across the street from Newark Academy across South Orange Avenue. Approximately a 31-acre piece of property currently occupied by the vacant office building that was the headquarters of AIG. Property's been vacant for a number of years, and recognizing the challenging office market and the fact that it had remained vacant, the council authorized a study to determine whether the property qualified as area in need of redevelopment. The planner undertook the study. Planning board reviewed the study and recommended designation to the council. Earlier this year, the council designated that property as a property in need of redevelopment, which opens the door to a tool called a redevelopment plan, which allows the council to provide certain zoning and permitted uses unique to that property as opposed to rezoning the entire district. This redevelopment plan was then developed by our planners. If introduced by the council, it will then go to the planning board for a statutory review for consistency with the master plan, and then come back to the council for a public hearing and adoption. Notably, and probably most relief to the members of the public, the redevelopment plan does not contemplate any residential uses and does not authorize any more apartments. The plan expands on the underlying research laboratory zoning, which allows a certain number of uses to include some additional permitted uses, including offices, executive offices, light industrial, warehousing, distribution centers, storage, science research laboratories, fabrication, number of other uses. But obviously, from our perspective, given what we've gone through in the last few years with the affordable housing component, it is relief to do a redevelopment plan with no housing at all. So certainly one we recommend. It'll give an opportunity to return this to a more productive revenue-producing use and rateable for the community. So
Thank you very much, Barry. Any other questions?
Barry, I think you clarified nicely and described it nicely. Thank you. One quick thing. So this has a permitted set of uses, right? So commercial uses. Anything specific are we suggesting here, or is it like any commercial use?
It is in the plan, and the plan will be available and on file with the clerk and in the land use administrator's office for anyone from the public. It will also be on the website if people want to review it. On page 12 of the plan, there are listed additional uses which would be over and above. The underlying zoning of the RL zone remains, which was, again, offices, but it lists a total of, most of which I just tried to read. I think I hit most of them. Yeah, they're all wholesale offices, executive offices, municipal offices and facility, light industrial, light manufacturing, warehousing, distribution centers and warehouse facilities, food-grade warehouses, mixed use of the permitted uses in the district, meaning you can have more than one of these uses. Storage, like a self-storage facility, scientific or research laboratories, fabrication and assembly of products, processing and warehousing facilities for finished projects, digital data storage warehouses, and electric substations. Those are the listed uses.
Yeah, thank you, Barry. And I think this is commercial currently, and it's going to remain commercial. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. It was an office building. No residential.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. We have a roll call then, please.
Councilmember Anthony?
Yes.
Bob Tani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Klein?
Yes.
Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
Mayor, this will have its public hearing at the next meeting on Monday, September 8th.
Okay, thank you. Will you please read ordinance 32-2025?
Ordinance 32-2025, amending Chapter 35-26, Police Department, outside employment of police officers.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance for introduction.
I'll second it.
Questions, discussions?
If you just want a brief summary, as I'm sure you're all aware, Livingston police officers are utilized by utilities, developers, people doing road jobs to do what's called off-duty work. So they provide traffic control and things of that nature. Historically, we have handled the scheduling, payment, recoupment of those costs, billing the developer or the contractor or the utility, paying the employee, and the scheduling's been done in-house. It's become a pretty cumbersome process. There's a company that, we became aware of called Jobs for Blue. There's a slight increase to add their fee into the mix, but they handle all the billing, all the escrow, the scheduling, the work. It will take a significant workload off not only finance, and I'm sure the CFO's already nodding that she's relieved to get this on board, but also the chief's administrative assistant who's been responsible for all the scheduling. So it's, to us, it'll alleviate a lot of work with no additional cost and make for a smoother operation.
Thank you, Barry. I think those would have answered some of my absolute questions. So again, to make it simple, this is actually augmentation to make our staffing and human resources more efficient. And we have fantastic police department. I think it's pretty much sort of all spots are full at this time, and we are doing a great job in terms of policing our town, but this actually takes away the administrative part off and in return creates efficiency in terms of the numbers, as Ann is nodding.
Yeah, certainly as to the off-duty work that our officers, when they're working for us, but they have an opportunity because there is a need, and it's just the logistics of handling all that has created quite a workload. Ann, you want to weigh in? She can speak more.
I would actually. So the law is that if we don't collect the money, we cannot pay the officers. Using a service like this, they're going to pay us up front, whether they collect it or do not. So therefore, we get the money in advance, and we can pay the police officers that week, which is great for them, great for us. It's a win-win for everyone, so we're really excited about doing this.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Anthony?
Yes.
Baptani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Klein?
Yes.
Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes.
And Mayor, this will also have its public hearing on Monday, September 8th, our next meeting.
Great, thank you. The consent agenda, all matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. There's only one to read, so Carolyn, would you please read?
Resolution 25-249, authorizing approval of change order number 2 with Arcadis US, Inc.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution on the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Anthony?
Yes.
Baptani?
Yes.
Viera?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Klein?
Yes.
Mayor Meinhardt?
Yes. Okay, can I have a motion to open up the meeting to the public portion?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the meeting is now open to the public on anything they'd like to talk about. Hello, just state your name and please where you live.
Okay. Sorry, I just wrote everything down here. So, hi, my name is Michelle Lemieux. I'm a Livingston resident. I'm here actually as a parent. I have a 12-year-old daughter who wants to cross Winchester and Northfield. I happen to live on Byron Place. A lot of her friends live in that area, and it's a very dangerous place for kids to cross. There is a sign there, but I don't think that drivers realize that there is a sign. I've been myself guilty of not seeing it in other areas, like in other neighborhoods where I am, where there's the sign with the school children and there's a crosswalk and you're supposed to, stop. I've experienced this myself while walking my children to camp when they attended Monmouth Court or dance. When I try to get to the Oval, when I go to any events there, I typically like to walk there, or just trying to take a walk myself. While there is a sign posted, it does not appear to effectively communicate to drivers that they are required or even expected to stop. As a result, vehicles frequently proceed throughout without yielding, creating a dangerous situation for children and other pedestrians. So I'm asking if the council can consider any enhanced safety measures, such as a high visibility pavement marking, a flashing pedestrian activated light, or a raised crosswalk to ensure drivers are alerted in advance. The current signage, I feel, is insufficient. I've lived in Livingston for almost 15 years now, and in the same place. I just did a remodel, so I'm not going anywhere. But I would hope that there could be a proactive action to help eradicate this issue. My daughter feels comfortable, we live walking distance to Dunkin' Donuts or to ShopRite. In those areas, there are crosswalks with the lights. But in this area and throughout town, there is no flashing light or any way for people to know to stop. So if she wants to go to her friend's house who lives on Winchester or another area within the hillside community, it's very dangerous, and I don't feel comfortable having her go there. And it doesn't make sense for her to have to go to the corner of South Livingston Avenue or to go to the corner of Hillside just to get across the street. So I'm asking just for some consideration if there's a way to make that crosswalk a little more accessible to younger children, because nobody really stops there in general. I don't know if there's been a safety report done or
This is essentially crossing Northfield, is your point, right?
well, there is there's two signs on each side
With
at
the
Winchester.
pedestrian crossing, it's.
But
Yeah, no, and it's.
It's inconspicuous. If you don't know it's
Yeah.
there,
No, I
and
do
like
know,
I
and I
said,
know exactly the location you're talking about. I certainly can appreciate. What I can tell you is, I will speak to the chief of police. I will ask him to have his traffic division look at it. One thing, it is a county road, so any improvements we would have to do in consultation with and with the permission of the county and the county engineer, but we have a great relationship with them. And we're happy to bring this up, and I will, again, I know exactly where you're talking about. There is and people go faster on Northfield than they should, so.
and that's right
yeah.
actually where it stops it goes from like a 40 mile per hour to a 30.
Right, so everybody's still
And
going 40.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
the first to say, if you're just going and there's no one
Yeah.
there, and if you're not, if you're not used to that, then you're not gonna see that sign. It just looks like it's like I would think it was a school sign,
And it's
like,
a
oh, there's a
two-lane
school.
each. Yeah, it's a
So-
two-lane each road
Yeah,
as
it's a-
well. So
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
lanes.
it's a busy
big road.
street, but I
Yeah.
feel like instead of having to go this way, and there is the opportunity, if the sign is there, that maybe there's a way to make it
Yeah, that we
easier.
certainly will, I'll have the chief have the traffic division maybe do some data collection and some of the things they have. Look at traffic calming and or warning in terms of, and I'm familiar with those lighted crosswalks, the stopping, the flashing. Not sure whether this would qualify for another traffic light, given its proximity to
Yeah, there's
Hillside
houses and
North.
stuff,
They're
but just
probably
if
not going to do a
there's,
stoplight,
if there's
but-
something, especially with school
Okay.
starting and things like
Sure.
that, it would be appreciated.
Okay,
So, thank you so
very
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments on anything you'd like to discuss? Seeing none?
Motion to close?
Motion closed. I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Report, thank you. Reports of township officials. Ann, anything for this evening?
Yes, I do, actually. I wanted to just let you know that we received money from the 3M settlement for the PFAS of $715,000 this week. We will be getting another 1.6 million this year, and it'll go on for a few more years, up to 3.6 million. That's net of all the costs, so I'm really happy to announce that.
That's great news. I know we spent a lot of money on that so far, and so that's great to defer it. So thank you very much for your hard work and making sure that we get that. Adam?
Our Livingston Hometown Hero program has met its 45 number, so we have hit the max. We are still accepting applications because as we start going through and reviewing all the applications, we have to double check that the picture quality is good and all the information is there. So we are collecting names, even though they're past the 45. If someone's picture is not, I guess, usable, we might be able to bring somebody up. So, but just to let you know that the 45 has been filled.
Adam, if we
and
go
just-
over 45, is there a plan to rotate other people in down the line, or?
So this program is a 2-year program. It will be for 26 and 27, and then we'll do a whole nother program for 28, 29.
And it's been very well received, and the reason, it's not that we're arbitrarily cutting it 45, that's how many poles and brackets we currently have located, but we are open to exploring whether other locations might be available to add, because it seemed to be very popular.
So the start of the program for residents to expect is 2026, what, springtime?
No, Veterans Day, prior to Veterans Day.
We're going to try to get them up this
Veterans
year, November. And that's kind of the bonus that the first group gets, is they get the 2025 November, and then they'll do 2 times during the year for 2 years.
Fantastic. And the $2,000 check that Shauna collected, that goes towards that.
That goes towards people who may have financial difficulty, or the idea that if we can expand other polls, this will help us purchase brackets.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Thanks, Adam. Barry?
Mayor, I did, and I'm going to ask Annie to pull up real quick. Just have a very brief PowerPoint. Some of the people who've been following may have seen in the paper and/or at meetings. The township, we previously had a garbage collection contract with a company called RTS. They were a great company. We had a good relationship with them. However, under the law, we were only allowed to have that contract for 5 years, and then we had to go out to competitive bidding. We did go out to competitive bidding. RTS did bid, but they were not the low bidder. So we, at the last meeting, the mayor and council awarded a contract to a new low bidder, Basso Rubbish Removal. I'm going to go to the next slide, Andy. You can see from the results of this that it was fairly significant difference, whereas RTS over a 3-year period would have been 5.2 million. Basso was only 4.17 million. So savings, a reduction of $1.3 million. It's still an increase over the expiring contract, but that was to be expected. And over the 5-year, if we do extend the 2 5-year options, the 4th and 5th year, which would be based on performance, it would be 1.3 million less going with Basso. So for the residents, we want you to know there was a couple of good breaks that we caught in this. One, Basso has hired a lot of the workers who did the routes, actual routes in town for RTS. So they're starting off with a crew that's very knowledgeable, knows the routes, knows the houses, knows the town. That should make for a much smoother transition. The next slide, there you go. Rear yard collection, those people who have rear yard collection, which is an option that they would pay for, the bid came in at $28.50 per month for up to 3 cans. That's less than half of what RTS's bid was, and I believe in less than what the expiring contract is. However, if you have that and you want to continue that, there's no way to just roll it over. You're going to have to register new with RTS or with Basso. We will be, our new public information officer, Mike Izzo, will be posting a lot of stuff on social media and on the website probably as early as tomorrow, which will include links, and you register for rear yard collection directly with Basso. So we want to make sure and get that out there. There will be links and information available on our website, Facebook, X, Instagram, et cetera. And then these numbers, which I don't expect anyone to necessarily copy them, part of our specification, they were required to have a direct number for service to call for missed pickup directly to them and have it manned all the time, as well as an email address. So again, change is hard, but legally we had to go out to bid. We got another low bidder. We've met with them. They're committed. I think we have a confidence level that we'll have a better and more seamless transition. By way of example, we were able to get from RTS. They were cooperative and provided us with the list of the current rear yard collection companies that we were able to share with Basso, which should also, and again, that's why I do want to commend and compliment RTS. They were a good partner for us and provided good service. Unfortunately, they just didn't get the bid, but just wanted to let everyone know that. And really, most importantly, make sure you stay tuned to the website and all our social media to get all the details and understand how to sign up for rear yard collection. Other than that, we expect the zones to remain the same, the collection days to remain the same, really all the rules of collection and what you're allowed to put out remain the same. We did have to clarify in bulk waste. We always said it was just for a few items that you couldn't get in your trash. Unfortunately, a few bad apples, if you will, put out like an entire house of furniture. So we did have to kind of rein in and put some restrictions on that, but I think it's still more than ample ability to put out what you might need, an occasional piece of furniture or thing. So that was it.
Thank you very much. Great.
I'm sorry, RTS's contract ends August 31st, so technically the new contract starts September 1st, but that is Labor Day, so there won't actually be service on that date. The contract starts September 1st. The first collection done by the new company will be Tuesday, September 2nd. Thanks, Sam.
Russ?
Nothing tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Counselor?
Thank you, Mayor. Just briefly, just like to give the public an update on our fourth round fair share housing. All challenges to our plan that was filed are due August 31st. To date, no challenges have been filed. So that's good news. I will say, though, challenges throughout the state have not really come in yet, so I'll have an update at the next meeting.
Thank you very much. Carolyn?
Nothing for me tonight, thank you.
Great, thank you. I think Councilman Vieira, you have the announcements for this evening?
I do. Council wants to congratulate Aston Roberts and the Roberts family for a successful event he held at our gazebo area called Checkmate for a Better Future tournament. It was a chess tournament where money was raised, and he donated the money to the Essex County Parks Foundation, where they plan on building permanent chessboards in the Essex County parks. Also want to congratulate Sanskridium, New Jersey for their India Fest this past weekend. Thank you for continuing to share your culture with our community. This Friday, August 15th at 6:30, Livingston will hold an Independence Day flag hoisting event. Hope to see everybody there at 6:30. The LACD pool party will be at the Haynes Pool from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, August 19th. Very special, Mr. Shu, who has been a longtime pool manager over at Haynes, is retiring, and the town is hosting a retirement celebration at the Haynes Pool on August 24th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. He's been with the town for 38 years, so we want to wish Mr. Shu a happy retirement, but we also want to celebrate him. Assemblywoman Rosie Begoli has a seminar at our community center on August 27th. She'll be talking about the Anchor program, the Senior Freeze program, and the Stay New Jersey program from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, that's August 27th. Youth Appreciation Week is September 15th to the 21st. More information on that will come, also probably on our website. Movie at the Oval next Wednesday, Despicable Me number 4, starts at sundown. I don't have an actual time, I just was told sundown. So, roughly 8 o'clock, okay. The very popular Doggy Dip, which I think 3 of us may participate in this year. We won't be dipping, we'll let our dogs dip, will be on September 6th, starting at 1 p.m. at Haynes Pool. And lastly, this past Monday, the Kiwanis golf outing had a very successful event raising money for the West Essex YMCA. I do want to congratulate the mayor and Ann Cucci for placing first. Also, Ann won the women's longest drive, so congratulations, Mayor.
It was also, thank you very much. It was also a clean sweep because Councilman Vieira won the putting contest as well. So
Thank you.
It was a clean sweep of the Livingston officials and elected officials. So thank you very much. Just want to write a quick shout out to the Livingston Police for sending somebody. So we thank you, officer, for spending this evening with us and keeping all of us safe, not only today, but every day for you and all the officers. So thank
It's
you.
Officer Chen, one of our newer but not newest officers.
Yeah, not newest.
He's rising up in seniority with the rate of turnover, so.
I think with that, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second.
Although we are adjourned. Thank you.